Hi, my name is Mayhemstar, and I'm going to be opening and closing this door. Well, if it would hurry up, please. Thank you. There we go. That's exactly what I'm looking for. This is the Labyrinth. I might get this wrong, I'm not too sure. It's a really big maze, like it's absolutely massive. I wonder how many times I'll have to try and do this. So this section will be heavily edited, I hope you don't mind. I stuffed it. Where is it gone? Maze beginning. This will be the hardest part of today, I reckon. Just trying to get this to work, really. To achieve this, you need to get the blue skull. So that's the second house map, essentially. I love how there's that weird growling sound. Okay, there we go. I love how the doors don't close until we get far away from them. Gives that extra kind of like creepiness. This way and this way. And we have the massive pool. There's an absolutely huge pool. Pretty certain if we go all the way down. Yeah, no, it's fucking forever, I think. Alright, and this here is the huge room, like the really big one. This is massive. Let me just orientate myself just in case. There we go. I will have to admit I am following someone else's guide. I'll put the link in the description below. Because doing this is a task of itself. It is astronomical. Especially that maze part. So what I might do is I might just cut out all the maze wandering and just leave in the two major areas, which is the pool and this massive room. I think that's the greatest favor I can do for you as a viewer and for myself as an editor. Because, my god, getting through that maze section was ass. I just wish I could see more than 2 feet in front of me, like I don't know how people do it. Okay, I don't know how to find it. My view distance is so unbelievably low or whatever it is. This black fog thing is so annoying. Right? What I'm gonna do is just describe to you what there is. There's a massive hole in this massive room somewhere with a massive spiraling staircase that goes all the way down to the bottom. Now, I don't know if there's an ending to that. I really don't. Let me see. I'm not too sure if there's an ending to it. It's just that there is a massive hole in this room somewhere. We are now going to try and find an endless staircase. Cowabunga, baby. Let's go. That is cool, isn't it? I think that's super cool. Where will this lead us? Alright, so there's the exit there. How do we escape? Uh-huh. Interesting. How do we know what floor this is though, and why did it open then but not the other time? How about now? Oh, what the fuck? That's so trippy. That's cool. So that one doesn't open. This one doesn't open. Does the floors change? The floor tiles change. This opens. Okay. Let's go up a couple more times. Or what if I just don't go through? I just keep going through here. Aha! So this will lead us back to the house. So this is an escape. Can I walk around this door? No, I can't. So it's like confined to this area here. That is cool. So what part of the house are we up to now? Cowabunga, people. Bam. Knock knock. Can't exit through there. Aha, okay, to here. No, actually, let's go further up. That's one. That goes back to the house. Okay, let's go back up again. Alright, where else could this possibly lead us? The house again. Alright, let's go up 2. 1, 2. Here. Ooh. Yeah. The staircase connects all the levels in a weird kind of way. That is very cool. What I find really interesting as well is that I did that cloud on a separate playthrough or on a separate save file, like completely separate, which means these game files, this infinite staircase carries over. It doesn't matter. It's similar to how like our Doom guy now has the glowing eyes and he's no longer that moving face that we normally have, which means the game recognizes when we've completed like the secret and whatever, and is also aware of which special places we've been, and this infinite staircase connects all save files or is across all save files. That's cool. I like that. Alright. Into the back rooms we go. There we go. Alright. Actually, I need to switch off no clip. That's what I need to do first. Because the last time I left no clip on. And I was going through walls, which is why it was sending me all the way back to the no clip zone, or to the starting area. So now we can have a good look at what this guy looks like. Pretty cool, huh? We are going to try and see if we can find a way out of here. Which is a task of its own, actually. So there's a very specific sequence of steps that you need to make. You don't really have a choice about it either. I need to find where we kind of started. Wow. Zoom zoom, there he goes. This is cool, like I don't know what this is for. When I shoot it, it comes out green. Anyway. Alright, there it is. There's the exit. So this is the exit to the back rooms. Yay. My god, this took a while. I like how there's a chair here. It's just so casual. As if someone would naturally be sitting here going, hello. Welcome. Or success. Well done. On trying to escape the back rooms. Either way. Another infinite staircase. Let's have a look, shall we? That's that way. Oh, that's pretty funny. I shot him through through an interdimensional portal. That's funny. Imagine if someone opened up an interdimensional portal and shot you and then just walked away. That would kind of suck. Alright, hold on. Let me see. There's the clouds. That's cool. What was the other place? Not here. Hold on. It's not truly infinite, is it? Well, it's infinite in the sense that it loops back around, but it always leads somewhere. There's the clouds again. So once again, I will have to heavily apologize. This will be extremely heavily edited. So, that's the infinite staircase, and escaping the back rooms as well. What else do we have to do? Yep, we're doing well. Now we exit. And now it disappears. Cool. Now then. This section should open up somewhere. There it is. Let's go, people. Alright. So, you're gonna need a QR code for this, but I'm gonna scan it myself. I'll send whatever PDF files in there to myself, and then I'll put it up as a screenshot. It's so blurry. Is this thing even work? That's hilarious. How close do I need to be for this thing to come into focus? Jesus. What I might do instead is that if this doesn't work, I'll go online to see if there's a version of this online, kind of like a spoilers version. So I'll have to apologize for that. But this is that cemetery kind of graveyard area. Another one of them pseudo secrets. I just can't get this thing to scan. Huh, just I was reading through the MyHouse.wad thread on Doomworld. I found Jimmy et al. He's the guy who wrote the MyHouse.wad wiki. That's the general guide, the playthrough. That's cool. That's cool. That's very cool. Because I literally followed everything with regards to that. So we've pretty much got all the important ones, or the big ones. There is also an underhaul, the reverse underhauls in the reverse backrooms or whatever. Not really important, doesn't really do much. It's not that interesting in my opinion, that's why I'm not going to go through it. Now just pretty much as a reminder for myself and for anyone else playing through, watching this, I will link the guide that I used, or the video that I used to get most of these kind of quote-unquote Easter eggs. The other thing I'll do is, if you don't mind, we'll make the rest of this recording a kind of read-through or read-along. Simply because all the lore, which I consider to be all the juicy bits, are actually in the zip file as part of the Google Drive. August 4th, 2022. Today I woke up to the news that an old childhood friend of mine had suddenly passed away. I can't believe it. We were so close when we were younger, and I feel like a part of my life is now missing. I feel so helpless, like I can't do anything to bring him back. I feel so sad, and it feels like my heart is heavy. I can't help but think about all the fun times we had together growing up. All of our adventures, our secrets, and even our arguments. I miss him so much and I can't believe he's gone. I'm struggling to cope with this news and it's hard to stay focused on anything else. I hope that writing this journal will help me process my emotions and come to terms with what has happened. I know that my friend would want me to remember the good times and continue to live life to the fullest. August 16th, 2022. I attended the funeral of my childhood friend and I was overwhelmed with grief. As I looked around at everyone else in the room, I could feel the sadness in the air. The service was beautiful and the pastor said some kind words about my friend that made me feel better. After the service, I went back to my friend's parents' house and spent some time with them. I was reminded of all the fun times we had together growing up. I never imagined that I would be saying goodbye to my friend so soon. As I sat with my friend's parents, we reminisced about all the memories we shared. At the end of the visit, his parents gave me some old personal items that belonged to my friend. I was surprised to find a stack of old discs containing some Doom file backups. It was an emotional moment, but I was grateful to have these items to remember my friend by. When I get home, I'll go through some of his old artwork and see what I can recover from the discs. August 18th. I spent some time looking through my friend's sketchbook just in case there was something important in there. I had no idea what to expect, but I was definitely not prepared for the strange artwork I found inside. The sketches were mostly abstract and dark, with a lot of imagery depicting death, sadness, and despair. As I flipped through the pages, the artwork seemed to get increasingly darker, and I began to feel a sense of dread. Hey, I used that word. I decided that I had seen enough and closed the book, feeling a little bit shaken. After that, I decided to try and take my mind off things and do some Amazon shopping. I need a USB 3.5-inch floppy drive if I'm going to try and recover some of these old files. Lord knows whether anything can be retrieved from these discs. They're nearly 20 years old. Fingers crossed. August 20th, 2022. My package finally arrived in the mail, so I spent the day going through the old floppy disks. I plugged it in and started to play around with it. I was surprised to find that I could actually recover data from the old floppy disks. I had some old files from my high school days that I thought were long gone. but there they were. My friend and I used to make Doom maps in high school, and I was excited to find them again. But then I stumbled across a map that I had never seen before. It was a map of my friend's house. I was so surprised to learn that he had been working on this map in secret. Playing this map made me realize that the best way to honor our friendship is to clean up his work and release it to the public. We never made any of our Doom stuff available to others. I guess we were young and intimidated by the great work produced by the community, but I'm impressed with the quality of what's currently here in this map, and I think it's a fitting tribute to clean it up for others to enjoy. August 25th, 2022. I spent this morning doing something I hadn't done in years. Browse Doom World for the most recent Doom editing tools. I was amazed to find how easy and accessible the new tools were compared to what we had back in the mid-2000s. I ended up downloading Ultimate Doom Builder and Slade, both of which proved to be incredibly useful. Ultimate Doom Builder made mapping incredibly easy and straightforward. I was able to quickly create a basic map without much trouble, and I'm excited to see what I can achieve with a bit more practice. Slade was also much better at managing resources than trying to use WinText, which I remember using back in the day. I feel pretty comfortable now that I have finished my friend's map and maybe add some new features to spruce it up as well. So you finished it about 6 months before quote-unquote release, 6 to 10 months before release. August 29th, 2022. This part is all crossed out, and the word house is still in blue. I had the strangest dream last night about my childhood friend who recently passed away. We were playing Legos in his basement like we used to do as kids, and when I turned around, he was gone. The house was empty and silent. Everything was so quiet and still. I started to smell smoke and hear screams from upstairs. I ran upstairs, and when I got there, the house was just a burned frame. Smoke was getting thicker and thicker, and I could barely see or breathe. I searched for my friend, but I couldn't find him anywhere. I couldn't see anything. I started to panic, and then I found myself outside in the fog. I was alone, but I could hear low growls in the distance. When I woke up, I wished so badly that it was all just a dream, but I knew deep down that it was real. I just miss my friend so much, and it's hard to think that he's gone. There's nothing worse than letting your mind dwell on something. After a while, it starts to consume you. Just now, I decided to order a replacement set of smoke detectors with CO2 sensors, just in case. September 2, 2022, so this part isn't crossed out. Today I made a post on Doomworld showing off my friend's map. There's more to do on the map, but hopefully this is the encouragement I need to finish the map and push it out for release. I thought it would be a simple project, but the more I learn about the new UDMF features, the more things I've been adding to make it more interesting. I want the project to maintain the original aesthetic my friend was working on, but I'm trying to find that fine line between the original vanilla map and the cleaned up release that feels a little less 90s. So there's a massive 1 month time jump, or time skip, from September 2nd to October 3rd. And the October 3rd entry reads, October already. Been super busy with work, so I haven't had time to work on the map. I did, however, go back and look through the sketchbook again and started scanning some of them into the computer for posterity. As I scrolled through the drawings, I could see that my friend had taken a dark turn. Each sketch seemed more unhinged and disturbing than the last. I felt a chill of worry run down my spine as I realized that my friend's mental health might have been in a very fragile state. October 8th, 2022. Today was a long day at work, but I was really looking forward to coming home and getting some mapping in. I decided to order a pizza first, so I called up my favorite pizza place and placed my order. It felt so good to be able to relax and enjoy some good food. Once the pizza arrived, I set it aside and got to work on my Doom map. I've been working on it for a while now and I'm making good progress. I'm determined to make my friend proud. I spent the next few hours tweaking and refining the map, and it felt really good to mess with some of the new UDMF features. It's fun to align floors without having to draw new textures. Eventually, after a few hours, I decided to take a break and have some of that pizza I ordered earlier. After dinner, I went back to work on my map, making some more tweaks and finishing up some of the details. I can't wait to release it. I think people are going to love the Doom cute elements in the map. Alright, October 13th, 2022. I know that sharing is a big part of the Doom community, but a small part of me doesn't want people to make modifications of this map, mostly because I feel like this is a tribute and just a vessel of my feelings and emotions. Someone else making changes would feel inappropriate. But more importantly, I feel like something wants me to be the only one to work on it. I can't explain it, but when I reached out to the Z-Doom Discord members for help, it seemed like something didn't want me to upload it for the others to work on. It sounds stupid because I ended up uploading a copy, but for a moment I felt compelled to keep it for myself. Fortunately, my post on Doom World was received well, and it seemed most people aren't bothered by the idea that an author doesn't want to make their map available for modifications. November 4th, 2022, I had an incredibly vivid dream last night. This has been happening for several weeks now, so I feel I should start documenting them. I'll do my best to recall the events of my dreams. I awake in a cold sweat, my heart pounding in my ears. I feel a chill run down my spine, and I knew something was wrong. I lay in bed, too afraid to move, when I heard a faint ghostly cry coming from the attic. I had heard this sound before, but this time it was louder and more insistent. I tried to ignore it, telling myself it was just my imagination, but the more I tried to push it away, the louder it became. I had no choice but to investigate. I got out of bed and slowly crept up the stairs to the attic, my heart pounding so hard I thought it would burst. As I entered the attic, I noticed a trail of children's toys leading out the window. I followed the trail, feeling a strange compulsion to do so. The trail led me to an abandoned daycare center near the edge of town. I stayed back, afraid to enter, but I couldn't help but feel drawn to the place. I knew something was waiting for me inside, something dark and dangerous. I took a deep breath and stepped inside. The place was dark and silent, but as I walked around, I noticed the walls were covered in eerie drawings of children and babies. Then I heard the sound of a baby crying again, coming from the back of the room. I followed the sound, and when I reached the back of the room, I saw a crib with a stillborn baby inside. I felt a chill run down my spine as I realized what was haunting me. The stillborn baby was the one in the attic. I backed away slowly, my heart pounding in my ears. I knew I had to leave this place, and I quickly ran out the door, never looking back. Journal entry, November 13th, 2022. It's been a long day, and I'm exhausted. I had every intention of getting some rest earlier, but here I am, still wide awake and struggling to keep my eyes open. I can't help but feel like I'm forgetting something, but I can't put my finger on it. I had so much planned for today. Or did I? I'm trying to remember what I did yesterday, but it's all a blur. Was I working on the Doom map? I feel like I must have been, but I can't remember adding any new geometry or details, and all the new scripts were completely foreign to me. I don't remember writing them. I'm so frustrated, I'm starting to get really worried that maybe this insomnia is making me crazy. It's late now. I'm determined to get some proper sleep tonight. Hopefully I can make some sense of all of this in the morning. November 23, 2022. The 3 is highlighted in red, or is in the color red. I was actually able to get some sleep last night. However, I continue having these vivid, cryptic dreams, and they keep feeling more personal and unsettling. I'm starting to prefer the tiresome days to my dreams. I was dreaming about taking a nice hot bath. I felt myself sinking deeper and deeper into the warm water until I couldn't breathe. I tried to scream, but no sound escaped my lips. I was drowning in my own bathtub. Suddenly I felt a jolt as I had been pulled out of the water. When I opened my eyes, I found myself in a subterranean cave, illuminated by a faint, eerie blue light. I could feel a chill in the air, and I could hear the echoing of demons in the distance. I tried to scream, but my voice was muffled by the darkness of the cave. I felt a chill run down my spine as I realized I was being hunted by something unseen. I heard the scraping of claws in the rocks, and felt the ground shaking beneath me. I was terrified, and I started to run. I ran and I ran until I found a small crevice in the wall of the cave. I squeezed through and hid in the darkness, hoping the demons wouldn't find me. Eventually I woke in my own bed, safe and sound, but I couldn't help but feel a lingering fear that the demons were still out there, watching and waiting. December 7, 2022. It's 4:30 AM and I'm still working on this map for Doom. I can't believe I've been up this late. I must be exhausted. I'm not sure why I'm having trouble sleeping lately. I can't seem to shut my mind off. I'm really starting to feel the effects of it too. I've been more irritable than usual, and my co-workers have said they've noticed a change in my behavior. I'm also a lot more on edge and jumpy than I used to be. I'm playing back the map to check my work, and I'm finding all these new additions I don't remember adding. It's almost like the map has a mind of its own. But that's impossible, right? Maybe I'm just exhausted and I'm not thinking straight. I guess I should take it as a sign that I need to get some rest. December 16th, 2022. Today I decided to take a day off work. I was just so tired, I can't focus anymore. I've been having trouble sleeping for weeks now and I just needed to rest. I'm glad Christmas is coming soon so I can spend time with the family. I'm looking forward to it even though I don't really feel like being around people. It'll be nice to have some time away from the school and to just relax. I'm sure there'll be a lot of fun and there will be plenty of laughter and good times. Here's hoping that I'll be well rested and ready to face the world again soon. December 17th, 2022. Don't attempt to type while sleepy. December 18th, 2022. I was in the bathroom standing in front of the mirror, shaving. As I looked at my reflection, I noticed it winked at me. It was so strange and unexpected that I threw the razor at the mirror. I was so scared that I expected the mirror to shatter, but instead it stayed intact. I was even more surprised when I put my hand through the mirror and I could feel the glass. I kept going and I was able to climb all the way into the mirror. It was like a tunnel. When I looked back, I saw myself in the mirror, and this time I winked back. It was so surreal, but I felt like I belonged there. There was something comforting about being in the mirror, like it was my home. I woke up feeling confused and shocked, and I still can't believe it was just a dream. January 4th, 2023. Today was supposed to be my first day back at work after the holiday break, but I decided to take one more day off work to work on MyHouse.wad. I've been spending hours every day mapping out and organizing the project, but I'm starting to feel like it's taking a life of its own. Despite being unable to remember making many of the changes, I keep finding new things appearing in the project. I'm starting to feel a little paranoid, like someone is, or something, is watching me and is controlling the direction of the project. It's a strange feeling and I'm not sure how to explain it, but I just feel like I'm not in control anymore. It's a little unnerving, but I'm determined to finish this project. January 7th, 2023. I was driving along a road in the woods when all of a sudden my car veered off the road and crashed into a tree. I woke up to find myself in the driver's seat with an injured and bleeding leg. My head was spinning and I felt disorientated. I dragged myself out of the car and hobbled my way through the woods in hopes of finding help. My leg was in agony and I felt like I was going to faint. Through the trees I saw the lights from a lonely gas station. I was relieved to find it open, but then I realized that there was nobody there. I had no idea where everybody had gone. As I was standing there, I heard some strange noises coming from the woods around me. I was too scared to investigate, so I just stood there, feeling scared and alone. Suddenly, I heard a car in the distance and I limped towards it. Thank goodness it was a taxi driver who was able to take me to the hospital. I eventually woke up in a cold sweat, not sure if I was relieved or disappointed that it was just a dream. January 13th, 2023. I have an extended weekend because of MLK Day, so I thought I'd try to wrap this thing up before March. I had trouble opening the map. Doom Builder and Slade both reported being unable to locate the file. Apparently, during a previous editing session, I compiled the map as a PK3 file, and both editors were looking for a previous copy in .wad format. I had been reading tutorials on how to convert WAD files to PK3, and I must have thrown everything into a new file at some point in an exhausted stupor, because I don't remember actually converting the project into a different format. January 14th, 2023. Last night I had a nightmare that felt so real I can still feel the fear and terror coursing through me as I write this. I was on an aeroplane, and I was the only passenger. I looked out the window to see the ground below and noticed that the terrain was unfamiliar. I had no idea where I was or where I was going. Suddenly the plane started to shake violently and I heard a loud noise coming from the engine. In the distance I could see a huge storm cloud coming towards me. I tried to communicate with the pilot, but I couldn't hear him over the sound of the engine. The plane began to dive and suddenly I felt a huge jolt. I looked out the window again and saw that the plane had headed for some kind of structure. I closed my eyes and felt the plane crash. I felt the impact and heard the screams and cries from the people around me. I then woke up, my heart pounding and my body drenched in sweat. January 21st, 2023. I don't know if it's the memories of my friend that keep flooding back while working on this map, but I need to take a break. This project, which began as a simple cleanup and release as a memorial, has consumed all my free time. Hours pass and I'm not aware of the time or familiar with the work added to the map. I'm going to stop mapping for a while and come back later when I'm in a better place. January 22nd, 2023. I mapped again last night. January 23rd, 2023. And tonight. January 31st, 2023. I'll take a break for real this time. I hope it will let me. February 14th, 2023. Happy Valentine's Day to the only person I ever loved. For a short time you brought me a little happiness to this painful existence called life. I hope we can be together again one day. In the meantime, I'll keep looking for that other someone who can be the ray of light in my life that you turned out to be. February 19th, 2023. I didn't make this area of the map, I'm sure of it. It's still the house that Thomas started all those years ago, but different. It has changed. The map I've been detailing and cleaning up for release is still here, but it is now intertwined with too many tags and sector references to separate it from the new areas. I would be more disturbed if it wasn't so beautiful. February 20th, 2023. I took more time off work to finish the map. After 13 years, I've got the hours, but more important, the map needs me. Without my guiding hand, the map doesn't know what to build, but I can help it, guide it. It seems to respond to my designs, changing them to match my emotional state. It knows what I'm feeling. It knows how Thomas felt. February 26th, 2023. I can no longer tell what elements of this map are my friends, which are mine, and what the map has created. I am no longer afraid that the map is creating itself. It needs me as much as I need it. Which reminds me of a dream I had the other night. I'm not sleeping much, but I recall... I'm gonna add a screenshot of this section here as I read it. Because it's quite hard to describe the fact that the dates that usually interspace all of the journal recordings are now overlapping all of the words in the journal, so I'll leave a screenshot there. I'm not sleeping much, but I recall February 27th, 2023, this one with surprising clarity. I was standing on the beach staring out at the placid water, the ocean stretching out as far as the eye could see. Seagulls cawed overhead with the gentle caress of water lapped the sand in front of me. I dipped my toes into the water, at least I tried. February 28, 2023, it's obscuring something and I can't quite see it. I wonder if I can zoom. I wonder if I can copy this and put it into a text file. So it says here, I dipped my toes into the water, at least I tried. There was no water, no ocean, it was an illusion. I realized everything around me was fake. The trees, the birds, the sand. It was all a one-act play. And I was Willy Loman, a damned fool who believed in something greater. But there was no happiness to be found. I wanted the set only to find myself staring into oblivion. It was the end of time itself. No joy, no misery, no sadness, only emptiness. Men of faith tell us the afterlife is for eternity, but is it possible to keep your sanity for eternity? A day passes in the void, a month, a year, 2, 5, 10. Is this an eternity? 20 years, 100 years, 1,000 years. I've sat in this room for 1,000,000 years now, entertaining the same thoughts, pondering the same questions, and ruminated on every mistake in my life, anguishing over them for centuries. 1,000,000,000 years now, double that, now double it again. I am still nowhere close to the end of eternity. I pray for death, but it never comes. Just me, and my thoughts and my mistakes and my insecurities and my regrets and my loneliness. Somewhere in another dream, the version of myself that winked back is sitting on the real beach, happy and content, knowing life is finite, there is no afterlife, and happiness is found in the small things around us that we can control. Happiness has to be fought for. March 2nd, 2023. I was wrong. The map is using me. This morning I loaded a Doom Builder backup file from late October and spent a few hours preparing the map for release. I tried to delete MyHouse.pk3, but I keep getting a file in use error. I don't think the map will let me. I'm going to post it on Doomworld tonight, but I don't want anyone playing anything other than the original vanilla release, whatever this map is doing to me. I can't let it do the same to others. March 9th, 2023. I swear I uploaded the save copy, but MyHouse.pk3 was uploaded by mistake. I don't know if a lot of people were able to download the map before I fixed the link, but hopefully I caught it in time. Now, I think it's interesting that I should highlight that when it says I caught it in time, the final word does not have a full stop. I think what's also quite fun as well is that there are other people viewing this document along with me. Because it's a Google Docs, anyone can access it. And there's a total of, right now, 39 total viewers reading this along with me. So that's really entertaining. That's really funny. Let's go back here. Sketchbook. I have accessed everything, I believe. Okay, the owner is Steven Nelson. This should be the only newspaper clipping. I'm going to read from left to right, so including starting at Thomas, essentially. Underneath the Thomas picture, I think. Thomas or Tom was something up. Tom ran across and anticipated in the high school, received a bachelor's, went to Wyoming, National Park, high school crush, Oswego, where he crowns grew, who knew him and is infectious. He will be by everyone in his life. Parents, Dale and Judy, Joel and David, and something spoiled rotten. Up here we have Steven Nelson. Steven Nelson, age 35, formerly of Plano, Illinois, I think that's what it is. Passed away on October 3rd, 2022 in Oswego, Illinois. Steven was born on March 13th, 1987 to Julie, Taylor, and Douglas Nelson. A joint celebration will be held at the Dwight Olson Center from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. with a service at 1 p.m. on Sunday, August 7th, 2022. Steven grew up attending Plano High School, where he was a member of the AV club and the track team, where he discovered his lifelong passion for running. He was also a computer savant and grew up dissecting computers and programming his own games. After graduation, Steven attended Illinois State. There's a typo. There's a typo. After graduation. After graduation. After graduation, Steven attended Illinois State and earned a degree in computer science in 2010. Steven spent the last 13 years working for the Oswego School District as part of the IT staff. It was during this time that he reconnected with a former classmate who would become his future soulmate. They lived together for many years before finally tying the knot in 2020. He and his partner were both active runners and enjoyed hiking, frisbee, golf, and laying around the house playing video games. Steven was the most kind, gentle human anyone ever met, and the world is now less beautiful with him gone. Steven was blessed to have so many people who loved him. He was preceded in death by his father, Douglas Nelson. He is survived by his mother, Julie Nelson, twin sister, Samantha. So that's that. Now I've got to go watch a couple of video essays, I guess, as to what all of this means, but I think that should be it. That is the bulk of all of the most important stuff. Yeah. It was so funny actually, while I was looking at some of these photos, I couldn't quite believe that a house of that design actually exists. I was like, holy shit, that's a poorly designed house. That's so weird. Yeah, that does suck. That house layout sucks, man. Anyway, my name is Mayhemstar, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye.